Hey everybody, we have quite the hit to talk about from last night. It was Ryan Reaves on Tom Wilson, and it was a big hit. The league came out and announced today that there will be no supplemental discipline, no suspension for Reaves for the hit. He was given a 5-minute major for interference and a game misconduct on the play, and the league has determined that that was enough of a penalty, and I think the league has got it right. If you watch the hit, it was 100% interference. It was very late. Wilson had long gotten rid of the puck. He was not eligible to be hit at that point, and Reaves just absolutely laid him out. However, there should not be a suspension on the play because it was not a headshot. Anyone with eyes can watch the replay and see that it was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. It was all body contact made. Wilson's helmet went flying because of the force of the contact and the whiplash and spinning motion, as he was being hit. But the actual hit itself did not knock Wilson's helmet off. There was no contact made to Wilson's head. It was purely a shoulder-to-shoulder body check. And then when Wilson started spinning from the force of the hit, his head snapped and the helmet went flying off. So it's not a headshot, so no suspension. It was interference, and Reaves was given an interference major on the play, which is the right call. So I think everyone got everything right as far as this goes. Wilson was targeted all night by Reaves. They were going at it all night. Lots of confrontations, lots of hits between the two. And Wilson didn't really want to answer for anything. He didn't want to fight Reaves. I think that was very obvious. He had ample opportunities to drop the gloves with Reaves, and he didn't. And had he fought Reaves, I think that probably would have put an end to it. That's generally how it works in hockey, is that when two guys have a problem or two teams have a problem, you drop the gloves, you have a good scrap, and then it's over. It's done with it. That's the end of it. That's how it's worked in hockey for the entire existence of the sport. But Wilson would not drop the gloves, and he wouldn't put an end to it. So finally, Reaves took matters into his own hands and said, fine, I'm not giving you a choice. You're not going to fight, then I'm just going to absolutely wreck you. And that's what Reaves did. That is enforcing at its best in the sport of hockey. That is literally what enforcing is. You give the guy the chance to fight. Usually guys, especially in the old days, guys would stand up. They would answer the bell, they would drop the gloves, and the whole thing would be squashed. In this particular case, Wilson would not drop the gloves, so he got got taken out in another way, and Reaves absolutely leveled him. So Wilson didn't need to get hit like this. All he had to do was fight. All he had to do was drop the gloves, and he had no problem fighting Marcus Foligno in his first game back. But now Reaves comes a-calling, and Wilson wants nothing to do with him. So, to be honest with you, it was kind of nice seeing Wilson get a taste of his own medicine, because Wilson has thrown tons of questionable hits like this, tons of blindside hits, tons of hits where he jumps at his opponent. Reaves did not jump. He didn't make head contact, which is why he's not being suspended. Reaves just found him in a vulnerable spot, which Wilson does a lot, and laid him out. And it was nice to see. Wilson kind of had this coming. He absolutely had this coming. And I saw a great thing on Twitter this morning. It said, it was talking about, this was before it was announced if Reaves would get suspended or not. And it said something to the effect of, Ryan Reaves may get a suspension from the NHL for his hit on Wilson last night, but he's going to get a thank you note from 30 NHL teams. And I thought that was pretty funny and very accurate in telling of how the league feels about Tom Wilson. Reaves is going to be loved for this hit because Wilson has had it coming for a long time. He consistently makes borderline hits, and now he finally got one made to him. It seems like nobody really enforces anymore. Wilson is allowed to hit the way he does because nobody does anything about it. If Tom Wilson was going to get wrecked by an enforcer every time he threw a big hit, he wouldn't be throwing the hits that he does. But he doesn't have to answer for it hardly ever. So what's stopping him? He obviously doesn't care about the suspensions because he keeps hitting like that. You know, he's been suspended how many times now by the league, and he continues to throw borderline hits. No one's stopping him except when you do what Ryan Reaves did last night. And Wilson, if other teams would treat Wilson with this kind of physicality and answer to him like that, the hits from Wilson would definitely decrease, maybe even stop, because he doesn't want to be getting his clock cleaned every night, and he doesn't want to be having to fight all the time, which would happen if teams had enforcers. But Reaves is one of the last true enforcers left, and he did his job last night. Not only did he score a goal for Vegas, he scored the first goal of the game, he took care of Vegas's Tom Wilson problem. So overall, even though he got ejected from the game, I think Ryan Reaves had a heck of a night for himself. He did a very good job in his role, and he definitely helped the team, and Vegas went on to win the game. So kudos to Ryan Reaves for being an enforcer and doing what enforcers should do. And as much as I do enjoy watching Tom Wilson, and I like that he's a physical player, he had this coming, and he's had this coming for a long time, and he finally got what he deserved. This is nothing but karma. And good on the league for not suspending Reaves. It was not a headshot. It was a shoulder-to-shoulder hit. Definitely interference, and that's why he was thrown out of the game and given the major for interference, but it was not a suspendable hit. So overall, I think everyone got it right, and it was very, very nice to see. It's nice to see some actual enforcing left in the NHL because we don't get much of that anymore. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. Check out offthewallhockey.com. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support Off the Wall Hockey, the link to our Patreon, as well as the link to our merch store, are down in the description as well. You can get this hat in the merch store. It's a really fun one. I like this a lot. And keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.